Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Serving the Community. My name is Trisha Stetzel. I'm the owner of ResultsXtreme Business Solutions, and I'm also the founder of Serving the Community podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to highlight people and organizations in our communities that are volunteering or serving their community to make our country, our local communities, or even our country a better place. I'm so excited to have my guest on today because the company that she works for is far reaching. Her name is Sylvia McNiel, but I know her as a super sensational Sylvia. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Trisha. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to talk about Mary Kay and the organization itself and how it helps and reaches people all over the world.
Absolutely. And I would love to, Sylvia, jump right into talking about the Mary Kay Foundation. Can you talk to us about that a little?
Yes, yes. And, many years ago when I first came into this business, the Mary Kay Ash, it used to be called the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation. It was not even created. It was created a year later. And it was basically to combine two things that affect women the most, and that was domestic violence and cancers that affect women. And Mary Kay wanted to offer an opportunity to give grants for cancer research, for research that for cancers that affect women, and also treatments, but also focus on domestic violence situations for women and children, and just empowering women in that realm. It has grown to become just a huge nonprofit organization, which is now run by her granddaughter, which is so what a legacy. We're really proud about that. But I will tell you that Mary Kay has given nearly $74 million to organizations to fight cancers and to fight violence against women. So we were one of I always tell people we are a pioneering organization because Mary Kay's philosophy was to enrich women's lives. And back in the 90s, people, breast cancer was up in the forefront, ovarian cancer, these were cancers that really affected women, and women are the powerhouse of the household. We are the core of the family. And she knew that. So to really focus on changing lives in that way was just amazing. And I've continued to promote and talk about her organization, even in my presentations when I meet people, because I want people to know what we have done. In 2018, the foundation awarded 1.2 million grants and to doctors and medical scientists focusing on curing cancers that affect women. And these 12 recipients from the United States received $100,000 to conduct cutting edge research. And, we've come a long way from the treatments that were originally prescribed for women in the 90s. A lot more women are surviving. A lot more treatments are less invasive. So really, it's just been such a great way to give back to women, and then of course in the domestic violence grants that are given. Last year in 2020, Mary Kay gave to 5 um, shelters in the state of Texas. But if you go onto the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, you can see all the recipients, one in every state across the United States, got a grant from Mary Kay to help with domestic violence shelters and to provide safety for women and children. In 2018, the foundation awarded $3 million in grants for more than 150 women's shelters. And domestic violence grant applications are always available on the Mary Kay Ash website. And I always tell, a lot of times people will, I'll be running into people in network situations, and they have a nonprofit and they want to understand, how do they get a grant from Mary Kay? Mary Kay makes everything so simple. You can just go to the Mary Kay Foundation website. It's got a link there. And they award, just so you know, they award all the grants in the month of October so that it coincides with making Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so, and all the grants for the breast cancer awareness, it's all planned and coincided just wonderfully.
I
Um,
love it. So I want all of our listeners to know this is exactly why I asked Sylvia to come on my show. So interestingly, I know quite a few people in the Mary Kay area, if you will, in different facets of the business. And Sylvia was the first person to introduce me to the Mary Kay Foundation. I had no idea until just a couple of years ago when Sylvia was giving a presentation at her networking event. And it really touched me. And I think that that is so special that Mary Kay is giving back that way. So we talked about Mary Kay Foundation. We've talked about the grants and how people can access that money for their nonprofits. I'd also like to talk about some recent things that Mary Kay has done. I heard that they put in what I would call a green facility in Dallas. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, in 2018, we built the Richard R. Rogers Manufacturing Center. Richard Rogers, if you don't know the back history of Mary Kay, was Mary Kay's son. And back in 1963, when she started her business, bankers did not give loans to women. So her son, who was in college, had to co-sign for that loan to get that money, $5,000 to start her Mary Kay business. So what a full circle story to come back around and build this fantastic facility outside of Dallas. It is in Louisville, Texas. It was opened in 2018, but it has been awarded an LEED silver certification. And what does that mean? That means that this 40,000 square foot manufacturing facility has technology, cutting edge manufacturing technology, and astute focus on sustainable, environmental friendly construction. So what that means is that we use very little, there's very little trash that is developed while we're in this facility making the bottles. We use a lot of recycled plastic, a lot of recycled materials. It is a green building. It is the most widely used green building rating system in the world, and it's developed by the U.S. Green Building Council. This award goes to projects that are designed, constructed, maintained, and operated using healthy, highly efficient, and sustainable practices in this facility. So what does that mean? Okay, first of all, the location is within 1/4 mile walking distance of one or more stops for two or more public, campus, or private bus lines for anybody working there. That it's what they call heat island. 100% of the weighted building roof surface has solar reflectance index of 95, which is very high. Water use. The facility has reduced potable water use by 33.96%, which means it saves 913,480 gallons of potable water per year. Energy savings. The facility has achieved energy cost savings of 13.4% by implementing strategies such as energy efficient lighting, thermal controls, and purchasing renewable energy for 100% of electricity consumed through 2021. So this facility is very cutting edge. We're very proud of it. When people ask me, "Oh, Mary Kay imports, their products from other countries," no, we don't. We have 3 manufacturing facilities across the United States. And that is one of the main reasons why when people order from my website, they get it in 2 days, because we have manufacturing facilities across the United States. In every country, they have their own manufacturing facilities. So this company is very smart, very intelligent, very cutting edge on what they are doing to the environment, and really preserving the and really conscious about preserving the environment and the earth and not taking away, from that.
Yeah. So for those of you who thought Mary Kay was just a makeup company, Boy, we've got news for you, right? Not only are they giving back in ways that can support women and also nonprofit organizations through grants, but they're also improving the way they manufacture their products, right? They're improving the environment by doing some of these things. Now, there's something really special that happened in 2020 that I would like to talk about too. Mary Kay actually shut down some of their facilities in 2020, but it's not why you think. So, Sylvia, tell me what you guys did in 2020 to help with the COVID effort.
Well, I was so proud when I heard about this story. And um, we shut down two of our facilities in across the United States to only manufacture hand sanitizer. The CDC came to Mary Kay basically because we always have cutting edge scientists. We always have people that are just the top of the top, cream of the crop people, really working to make the best products for our skin and for our face. But the government came to Mary Kay and said, we need your help. We're running out of hand sanitizer. This was in the very beginning stages when you know, we didn't really know what was going on, and everybody was washing their hands and everybody was using hand sanitizer. Everybody's running out. So they shut down a manufacturing plant just to make hand sanitizer, which was distributed to a nonprofit in the very beginning, a nonprofit company in Dallas. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Um, um, it was Baylor Scott and White Health in Dallas, and also another. Um, this is a nonprofit healthcare system in Texas, and it's one of the largest in the United States. It included 52 hospitals, more than 800 patient care sites, 7,500 active physicians, and over 47,000 in staff. And we distributed those hand sanitizers out to them. That was the first batch that it went to. It was very successful. We kind of reduced the load, and it became just so successful that people were requesting more hand sanitizer. Like everybody that got one wanted to order more, and so we now have a hand sanitizer. But it took months to get that through CDC to get approved. But for the healthcare workers in the beginning, we shut down. We made a point to really protect our first responders, our people in the front lines. And I was just so proud of my company that they did that. It was just amazing. This company never ceases to amaze me at the level of giving back that they're willing to do. It goes hand in hand with how I run my business, and it goes hand in hand with the philosophy of Mary Kay's one woman can. We can all make a huge difference in
That's right. Absolutely. So, Sylvia, as we wrap up the show, I would love for you to let people know how they can get involved, how they might be able to reach you, and where you're operating your business, because I know that you're in a couple of locations, and I would love for people to reach out to you if they have questions.
Right. Well, you can always find me on Facebook, professional consultant Sylvia McNiel, or you can contact or go through to the website marykay.com/S McNeil. Um, get involved. The Mary Kay Charitable Foundation, or the Mary Kay Foundation as it's called now, has 5Ks every fall. So if you want to get involved in that, that's always a great way. I've run several, I've walked several, and they're all over. I mean, directors put these together. It's wonderful. It's fun. It's a 5K. It's not like you're racing against the Kenyans or anything, but you're just having fun. And also giving back to the charitable foundation. And you can always look up Mary Kay Foundation on your own and find out what's going on. Look at the latest press release. It also, lists on that website. It will list companies to look out for, which I thought was really, really interesting. That Mary Kay not only they don't tout their own horn, they will let you know, hey, look at this other company. This company's doing this, or this company's doing that, or partnering with this other organization, which I thought was really neat. Just things like that. You can always contact me. I am in the Houston, San Antonio, uh, Indianapolis area.
Yay.
Over the world. So I'm just, but I love this business, and this is why I love it, because it's far reaching. And and Mary Kay, when Mary Kay started this company, she wanted no limits for women, because she knew without limits, women would be able to do incredible things. So it's just plays right into her philosophy of what she wanted for this company. And I always tell people, remember, Mary Kay didn't start this company to sell makeup. Mary Kay started this company to empower women. And that's why all this kind of goes together.
I love that. Sylvia, my friend, Triple S, super sensational. Thank you so much for being on the show with me today. I really appreciate you joining me to talk about Mary Kay and the Mary Kay Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Trisha. You're the best.
Absolutely. And this concludes this week's podcast of Serving the Community. Thank you.